You want me to print this?
I do.
If this gets printed, Tracy.
I know. But for lack of a less melodramatic phrase, if I can't have ELQ, then nobody can.
Are you serious?
I don't expect you to understand. My degenerate nephew and his treacherous son stole the company out from under me and put themselves in charge. But not for long.
AJ, Quartermaine and son are in charge now, and there is nothing that Tracy can do about it. I gotta tell you, it feels like I belong here, you know? It feels... well, damn, it just feels sweet being back on top.
Starr. Hey, what's going on?
Michael, we have a problem.
What? Oh, my God. Oh, look, I'll be right there.
Hey, is something wrong?
My sister's missing.
Okay, look, it's been a rough day, as you can see.
Yeah, somebody tried to redecorate.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me a better explanation about why you want this printed.
Simple. AJ and Michael cannot run the company if there's no company left to run.
I want to start planning the whole transition, but I have to go look for my sister.
No, yeah, absolutely. The family comes first. That's why this is so important to me.
Yeah, look, I'm really glad for you that this whole thing worked out. I mean, that's great.
No, wait. This worked out for both of us, all right? Michael, I'm really happy that you and we're gonna be running the family business together.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. I'll see you later?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Can I help you?
I'm not sure. My name is Duke Lavery. I have an appointment with Tracy Quartermaine.
Huh. Well, Tracy's gone, and she won't be coming back.
So let me get this straight. You decided to shore up your company's bottom line with the cash infusion from the mob.
ELQ was going through a rough patch.
Yes. And Gino Solito's money would just patch that all up.
I managed to access some of my late husband's funds, which I put into ELQ without doing an appropriate background check.
Fancy words, but what this really boils down to is that this high and mighty Quartermaine was slumming it. And everyone thought that ELQ was so pure, right? And it's nothing but a front.
ELQ is not a front. It was my father's life's work. He could have rested on his inheritance. He could have lived off of his trust fund, but no. Instead, he chose to build a dynamic company with interests all over the world.
Well, if it's so freaking fantastic, Tracy, why are you trying to destroy it to spite your nephew? So you want to use my paper to send your company to Kingdom Come? I got a right to ask you this. Isn't there some other way you can get back at your nephew and his son that doesn't take the company down with him?
Actually, I was hoping that would be possible, but AJ outmaneuvered me. He didn't do it by himself. Left to his own devices, he's completely ineffectual. He had help, mostly from his son, Michael. People do things for Michael that they wouldn't do for AJ.
You know, I met AJ the other night. To tell you the truth, I didn't think he's such a bad guy.
And where did this meeting take place? In a bar, perhaps? Tell me he was drinking.
No, he was white-knuckling the booze, for sure. Guy's got a problem, no question.
Well, alcoholism is just a symptom. He is arrogant, entitled, and completely incompetent.
But he seems to really love his son, and in my book, that means something. AJ told me that he never had a relationship with his son until now, and he wanted to work with him. More importantly, he wanted to get to know him, form a bond, which is more than I can have with my son.
I heard about Trey. I'm sorry you lost your son. I imagine you and Christina are in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I'm in pain, all right. Christina's got a screw loose. Just before you got here, she came in here. She tried to kill me. Christina came at me with the baseball bat. And as you can see, she wasn't kidding around.
She give you a reason for her rampage?
Yeah, she blames me for the accident that killed Trey. And she's not too far from the truth.
So she was justified.
I didn't know my own kid. I didn't want to know him because of where he came from. His father, Joe Scully, raped me. And I was pregnant. And I sure as hell didn't want a baby, so I left it in a dresser drawer and I took off. And all these years later, when I caught up to him, I treated him like crap. And I told him that I wish he'd been aborted. What do you care anyway? You're just here to screw your own nephew.
You're wrong. I do care.
I remember you, Mr. Lavery, from when I was a kid. AJ, Quartermaine.
Oh. Well, you're Alan and Monica's son.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you.
It's been a long time. I did recognize you, though. Been watching the news. Come on in.
The story of my rather astounding return from the dead last fall.
Which wasn't really you, it was César Faison.
Makes for a colorful story, but unfortunately, all true.
Well, actually, I've got to take a little bit of credit for exposing Faison. You see, I saw him at a clinic in Switzerland years after he was supposedly dead, and I turned that information over to the cops.
Well, in that case, I owe you thanks, not only for myself, but also for Anna Devane.
Well, I didn't exactly do it out of the goodness of my heart. I was having some legal problems of my own. Giving up Faison got me off the hook.
Well, the man is locked up and behind bars, and my face and my identity are once again my own.
So why were you looking for Tracy?
She was kind enough to give me an appointment. Actually, what I'm looking for is work. I want to get my life back. I want to reclaim everything that I've lost.
Actually, I had my own dealings with Joe Scully.
Well, lucky you.
Funny thing is, I did think I was lucky at first. I had found myself the odd woman out in a love triangle, and it did something to me. It undermined my confidence. It made me feel old and invisible and more alone than I'd ever been in my life. And then along came Joe. And yes, I know everything that he did now, but then I had no idea. He was very good at hiding his dark side.
Yeah, he was. His own son spent most of his life thinking he was a decent guy.
Well, I know one thing for sure is that he loved Trey very much, no matter how much he used him.
My boy. My Trey. Oh. He had some lousy parents. That kid never had a chance.
So what are we going to speak to Tracy about? What kind of job? You have a resume?
No. In fact, the last job I actually had, I owned a nightclub here in town, and I managed it. And then I spent almost 2 decades in a Turkish prison. Not for a crime, unless you call just being alive a crime.
I'm sorry. I can't begin to imagine how terrible that must have been. But I do have to tell you that I am aware of your past money laundering with the mob.
My reputation does precede me.
Huh. I just sent Tracy packing for potential SEC violations. I'm sure you understand that I can't involve myself with anyone that has any ties to organized crime.
Well, I can assure you that chapter of my life is way behind me. I left the mob. And as I told you, I ran a successful nightclub.
Decades ago.
Yes.
It's a big gap in experience. Even if I do sympathize with you, can you give me one good reason why I should give you a job?
Okay, enough of that. Just got a little weepy for a minute. All this talk about Joe Jr. and my kid.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up any bad feelings.
You didn't. So why don't we just skip this obfess and get back to business? What do you say? So I think I got the picture. You hate AJ like poison, and the last thing you want is for him to take over your business.
My father hated weakness and lack of resolve. AJ Quartermaine is the embodiment of both those failings. He cannot have my company. This is the way to stop him.
But doesn't the SEC cut both ways? If I print this, it'll take down AJ and ELQ, but it'll bring you down as well. Is that what you want?
I'm resourceful. I'm intuitive. I have a couple of tricks up my sleeve. Although all the resources in the world couldn't help me stop time. By the time I got back here, I'd lost everything. My assets, my property, and more importantly, the woman that I love.
That can't have been easy.
I don't need pity. I just need a chance to rebuild. I want a chance to prove to the people in this town that I'm worthy and that I'm here to stay. I don't expect you to understand what it's like to need to start all over again.
I think I understand perfectly. If I were to take that leap and hire you, what can you do for me?
Well, as I already told you, I ran my own business successfully. I'm good at planning and accounting.
Oh, you want to work in accounting?
Why not? I'm good with figures.
Oh.
I also excel at communication and negotiation.
You're not bad at sales either.
Right. I'll take anything you have to offer. Any work. See, the fact is, I have to be on firm footing if I'm going to have a fighting chance to win back the woman that I love. The truth is, Mr. Quartermaine, I want to win Anna back. And to do that, I have to earn her respect. I don't want her to take me in like a vagabond or a stray dog. I don't want to be the shadow of the Duke Lavery she once knew. I need to reinvent myself.
I do know a little something about that.
And you've succeeded. I'd like to follow a similar path. Anything you can offer me, I will accept. I just need a chance.
Mr. Lavery, welcome to ELQ.
Yes, I am fully aware that I could lose my standing, my stock portfolio, and perhaps even my freedom when the SEC finds out that I used Solito money to keep ELQ in the black. I'm fine with it.
You are.
ELQ is all I have.
Okay, now you lost me.
It was my fear that those documents would see the light of day that gave Anthony Zaccara his leverage over me and forced me into the worst marriage of my life.
You get married a lot?
I have terrible taste in men.
Join the club.
I picked one. Or he picked me. Not to say he didn't lie, steal, and cheat, but he was never boring. We were kindred spirits.
He died?
No, he chose someone else.
What? Who is this lowlife rat?
Thanks. Lucas Lorenzo Spencer. And he is a rat. He is a lowlife. But he's also a man of extraordinary character. He just wanted Anna Devane more than he wanted me.
Well, you know what I say, Tracy? It's a mistake letting anyone into your heart. Especially when you look into their eyes and you see they're wishing you were someone else. Why would your personal life, pathetic though it may be, make you want to blow up your father's company and you along with it?
I told you. ELQ is all I had. And granted, it can get very lonely with corporate returns the only thing to keep you warm at night, but it's better than nothing. And then AJ rises from the dead to take it all away? No.
Okay, here's a suggestion. Instead of burning ELQ to the ground, why don't you steal it back?
Because there won't be anything left to steal. The only thing AJ is good at is drinking himself stupid. Left in his hands, ELQ will suffer a slow and painful death from misappropriated funds, bad investments, the inevitable decline of a once great company. I would rather put it out of its misery myself.
You play for keeps, Tracy. I'll give you that.
The only one who is going to destroy this company is going to be me. It is mine to the end.
Okay. Are you sure about this?
No. But you go and print it.
Okay. Tomorrow, this will hit the stands, and ELQ will come tumbling down.
I'm gonna call you back. Now, how did you get in here?
I still have influence with the staff. My years here earned their loyalty.
Yeah, well, those days are over. I'm calling security right now.
Oh, don't waste your time. I just came to pick up a few of my personal items, like my nameplate. Oh, wow. How did I know this is where I'd find it?
Right where it belongs.
AJ, I have to give you a lot of credit. You earned your new position fair and square. I want to wish you luck.
You want to wish me luck?
You're gonna need it.